Okay, what's happening, everyone? I hope you guys are doing well. Welcome back to yet another client interview for Imperium. Today, I'm joined by one long serving client of ours who's been with us for about 2 years, and I cannot wait for him to I cannot wait to interview him because this is going to be a great story about grit and biting down on the gum shield and just getting it done. So I'm really going to enjoy this one. I know he's going to enjoy it as well. And he's been kind enough to give me some of his time today. So, Alexis, obviously, I've had the pleasure of knowing you for quite a long time now, which is fantastic. But for the people watching, why don't you introduce who you are, the clients you serve, and the transformation you deliver to the clients?
So my name is Alexis Moreno. Basically, I work with agency owners, coaches, consultants. What we do for them is to help them install client acquisition systems so they can uh, basically grow the business at the rate they want to grow it, and that's actually build something proper that delivers value. That's what we do for them.
Fantastic. And just to paint a picture in the people who's watching its mind, right? How much were you making when you first joined us compared to how much you're making now?
So when I joined, I was at zero per month. Uh, Basically, I was making nothing. I think I had only signed like one or two clients for like 25, $50, something like that when you are really, really starting. And last month, I just made 15K in cash collected. So yeah.
Love it. There we go. And to also let the viewers know, and you could probably break this story down for them, how long has it been since you've been with us?
So it's been pretty much 2 years at this point since I joined. It's been definitely a journey. That's what I can say. Like a really painful journey. That's definitely the word.
Love it. Absolutely. Let's talk about that journey because people are going to be wondering about that, right? And such a wonderful story at hand. Let's go back to day one, which was about 720 something days ago, right? What
Yeah.
drove you to join the program in the beginning? Tell the people a bit more about your story, man, and what made you join EasyGrow to begin with.
Okay, I actually need to think about that. What made me join EasyGrow? So basically, I think it was a mix of different elements because first of all, I have tried different courses, different programs, different services to get clients or to get money in the business. Um, didn't really make any one of them work. Didn't really get any results. And then uh, I, I don't really remember when I discovered Charlie. I discovered his YouTube channel, started watching his stuff and everything. Didn't really apply much, but kind of resonated a lot with me. And then one of the days, I just decided to book a call just to, you know, just curiosity, like, what do you guys do, all that stuff. I remember telling Jack Sorrell, the rep, hey man, I'm here just to look what you do. I'm not gonna buy absolutely anything today. Just gonna know what you're gonna try to do for me. And he completely changed my way of viewing things in that call.
Mhm.
And he actually hit the right spots so I could actually buy out of all the fear that I had at the time, no money, all that stuff. Like I don't even know how I got the money, to be honest, to make that first payment. I don't even know that. But yeah, from that call, I don't even think I even had the money to make a deposit. I think what I did after the call was I'm just gonna try to get money on my own, some way or another, and gather enough money to make that first payment, and we can get started. And it was like basically you were just playing with time. You made the first payment, then you have like 30 days to actually work as hard as you can to actually make enough for the next payment so you can stay in the program. So after that call, something clicked on myself. Like, and I remember the next 2 weeks, I signed, I think it was 2 or 3 clients, which I had never done before, by the way. I got my first high ticket client. I charged the guy 1.6K. And with that, I also had a girlfriend at the time that sent me some money. I was able to get started with you guys. And from that on, completely changed my life.
Yeah, absolutely love it. Now, Alexis, it's been such a long time ago because it's been 2 years, right? But when you first joined the program, talk to me about how you approached things to get to where you've gotten to. And you can even reference what we were speaking about before, start recording
Hmm.
about the journey in terms of like the limiting beliefs you had and
Hmm.
specifically why it took as long as it did to get to where
Hmm.
you are now, man.
Yeah. So basically, I would say it has been like two phases in EasyGrow. So the first one was okay. I'm completely new here. I thought I knew something about business, mindset, all that stuff. I didn't know anything, so it was everything completely new. It was really painful because like Charlie records hour-long videos. You have to watch like 50 of those.
Yeah.
So I was not used to that level of work. I was not used to uh, actually taking something seriously. So it was really difficult at the beginning. I didn't understand absolutely anything. Like it was like learning a new language. That's how it felt the first time. And I remember doing some work, but not really knowing what I was doing. So that's how it felt at the beginning. So I built the first like the first run through. That makes sense. Like
Hmm.
you get the first systems, you execute a little bit, all the stuff. Didn't really get nothing. Go back to the fundamentals again. Re-study that, rewatch that. I did that like three, four, five times before I actually got like I started booking some calls and all that stuff. I actually understood a bit better what business was about, the role mindset played about that, why you guys do the things the way you do them. Like basically was the whole year just
Yeah.
studying fundamentals basically. And I kind of like identify a lot of limiting beliefs that I had, like from my upbringing. As I mentioned before, no, like I didn't have the best one, like, and I'm really um a guy that oscillates from one extreme to another one because I saw this in like when I was a child. Like my parents at one point they were millionaires, like they were making like 2-3 mil per year with their business. Next year they had nothing,
Mm.
and that was kind of like uh, just polarity in that sense. So yeah, I'm kind of that guy too. I'm still working on this,
Yeah,
but I
yeah.
really go deep into something, just stay
Yep.
there until I can't know anymore. So yeah, that helps, but at the same time, that can be a bit hard, if that makes sense. Like if you don't really know what you are doing, especially like you don't really know yourself, which is where the mindset really plays a big role. So after that, first year was just like reprogramming my mind slightly because again, I was trying to figure stuff out. I was trying to make the business work on one side. I was trying to understand the mindset stuff on the other side. I was I had a lot of limiting beliefs. Like I didn't know what appointment booking was. I didn't know you had to do sales calls to actually sell. All that stuff. I didn't know anything, basically. So yeah, that first year was basically get the first few results, get the first few clients, and actually understanding what the game is about, and
Yep.
myself too. And I believe I got yeah best month of that year was that I told you like exactly 1 year ago. I signed around 7 or 8 clients in that month, but again I was charging like 1K. I was collecting
Tell
like
tell them the payment plan.
yeah, so I was charging 1K for my services, and I usually did that on a payment plan. Like it was like 333 or 500 something like that. I was making no money basically. So I signed 8 clients just to make like 3K. And that was
Mm.
like my best month. And then of course, like because I never had money, I didn't really understand how to manage it, any like that. I made that 3K. I was completely burned out. I literally had to stop for like 2 months. And then I just spent those 3K like there was no tomorrow, basically, because
Yeah,
I
yeah.
never had any of that. And then I was like, shit, what happened with the money? Where's the money?
Where's the money gone?
So yeah, that was like kind of like the best win in that point. At that point, I believe I was not working with you anymore, guys. I think it was just a month before we stopped working. And then I'll be completely honest with you. I don't know if this is right or not to say, but uh, I didn't have. I thought I didn't have money to join back, I was like,
Mm.
okay, I kind of signed some clients. I think I can kind of go on my own for a little bit, but I knew those fundamentals were everything. So I basically look online, bought one of those courses you are not really allowed to buy,
Yeah.
and for like a couple $100, and I kept going, just studying those fundamentals, acquisition genesis and
Yeah.
sales transactions, and more or less stay at that same revenue, like 2K, 3K. Didn't really know what I was doing because I thought I had to really, really work on the product when I actually had to get more clients in because the product was not a problem, but I was just coping with myself.
Mm.
So it got to a time, like 3 months ago, just before the new year, where I was like, okay, I'm completely lost. And actually, I was going to spend this 2026 building the product, like doing more product work. But the product was not the problem. So I talked again to Jack Sorrell. We were looking at all the stuff, like what's going on and everything. I actually knew that I was just coping. I was delaying that actual work, the booking more calls, the selling more, the charging more, all that stuff that is actually going to grow the business. Yeah, product's important, of course. But I didn't have a product issue in that sense. I just
Mm.
needed to charge more, to get more clients, to just get more volume. So yeah, I left a deposit that second time we have the call. And then a month later, it was actually terrifying. Like that January was terrifying, this last one, because I had like 1.7K or like 2K in monthly recurring revenue. And I was like, okay, I collect this, I've got this to it, and then I just get started with you guys. My God, I didn't collect shit, bro. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, what is going on with the clients?
Yep.
So I was just relying on that. That makes sense. And at the end of the day, I kind of collected 70, 80% of that. I was terrible. I was like, I don't have the money to do this. I had to take out like two micro loans, like small loans you get to like quick cash to actually get on board with you. I was like, fuck man, what's going on?
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, got started. Jack told me, man, you kind of know a little bit about how the program works and everything. Your biggest problem is sales. Just decide what you want to do and focus on that. So I went straight to sales the second time, actually study and build Sales Genesis 2.0, got into the coaching calls with Christian. And yeah, from the 31st of January to the 27th, 28th of February, I've made 15K.
That's
And
it.
I got in on the 20th, 20 something of January, I believe. So it
Yeah.
was just the
That's
time
it.
that took me to build the sales system.
Amazing. Absolutely incredible stuff. To people watching this, I can make this title shiny and tell you, yeah, Alexis joined in January and made it and we can do the thing that marketers do and go, yeah, these guys. No, Alexis was with us for a very long time. And it's an amazing story because he gives you context where it's like, as much as we'd want it to be like 1 month success story, this is a great example of someone who, as I mentioned, bites down on the gum shield, spends a year doing mindset work, theory based stuff and whatnot, having these limiting beliefs, and he keeps going, which then allows him to rejoin the program and achieve what he's achieved here. Now, another thing to the viewers watching, and Alexis will know this more than anyone, if I had titled it Alexis gets to 0 to 15K in 1 month or 2 months, you all would think you could do that, but you would have missed
Yeah.
the 23 months of work Alexis put in beforehand. So I just wanted to reference that. But no, that is fantastic stuff, Alexis, and I'm so grateful for you breaking it down. And again, I myself have seen the evolution and growth, and now I've had the pleasure and privilege to see the win posts, right? And compare it to when you first started, and it's fantastic. So amazing stuff, brother. With regards to um, the business, right? How are you currently setting appointments for yourself, man? What does that look on the appointment setting side of things?
Okay, so right now I've got a setter that I just hired full time. Like
Mm-hmm.
she's been with me since day one. Like since I actually watched the appointment setting module, how to do this stuff back in the day. So I think she's the first setter I actually hired, and she stick with me for these 2 years. She's amazing, basically for that.
Wow.
So yeah, and she was kind of like doing setting for myself for the business, and then she was working like full-time job for her family and all the stuff. And
Oof.
recently, after this, I was able to just tell her, hey, just come work
Wow.
here full time. Because she told me since the first day, I was like, as soon as I get the money, I'll get you here. Because she's actually great. So she's booking around 30 to 40 appointments per month, like part
Nice.
time, just in,
Nice. Yeah.
yeah. So I knew I just had to make it happen. And right now, the plan is to double that, get to like 60, 80, maybe even 100. She can do that for sure. Just need to give her the tools and invest a little bit more like into accounts, into some AI maybe, sales nav, all that stuff,
Yep.
and just get it done, man. But yeah, she's absolutely amazing. She like I wouldn't have the business I have today if it wasn't for her. Like
Yeah.
she's really supporting. Like she has seen me in all the stages, especially with sales
Yeah.
calls, because sales is really emotional, especially at the beginning.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck, man, I suck at this thing. Or I was like, and she's always like regulating me a little bit. Like, hey, you're not,
Yeah.
I don't know who said that. But someone said, you're not as good as you think you are, and you're not as bad as you think you are
Yeah.
when
Absolutely.
in the good times and in the bad times. So she kind of hold me to that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, just keep going.
Yeah. Fantastic. Yeah. She was with you from day. She waited like 700 days and then
She did, yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
teasing. Love it. There we are. No, love it. Love it, Alexis. What system specifically did you use? Was it DM setting or like was the emails ones for yourself?
No, I'm actually using the Surfing. That's the only system I've built since the beginning.
Yeah.
I realized the offer was the key thing to make any system work. I
Absolutely.
didn't really know when I realized that, but I kind of like figured it out. So yeah, I knew the system worked in that sense because again, agency owners, coaches, consultants they're on LinkedIn, right? So it's like I'm
Mm-mm.
finding them
Yeah.
easily. I'm texting to them. It's like why I'm not really getting the results I want. It was the offer. It was
Nice.
that first offers were just myself trying to stay in my comfort zone. Just
Yeah.
do the
Yeah.
thing I know how to
Let's
do, all that stuff.
let's talk
So
about that, man. Let's talk about those two things I want to touch on. Your first offer compared to what it is now, and secondly, the pricing, how that changed, because there's an evolution in both regards, and both of the most important levers you can pull on, right? Let's stick with the offer. What did it look like before
Mhm.
compared to what it looks now?
So first version of the offer, actually what I was offering was performance coaching for entrepreneurs. I
I
think that
remember.
was the
Yeah, yeah,
actual
yeah.
offer.
I
Something like
remember. Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. I had it pulled up just before. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so that was the first version. The second one was like I'll double your revenue in whatever days or something like
Mm-hmm.
that. Then the third one was with the guarantee, the refund guarantee. And then with one of those versions, I don't really know which one was exactly, I booked some calls. And then by doing just sales calls, I closed my first client. But this is the really, really interesting thing. And it was actually the key. That client closed because uh, at some point I mentioned systems to build the business, to get more clients, to get more appointments, to get more revenue, right?
Mm,
And they were like, yeah, that like performance stuff is nice, but we really want this. And they actually end up closing because of that. And I was like, hold on, what's going on here? And I
mm.
studied that. I was like, well, maybe people actually want, at least at this stage at the beginning, what they want is to just get more clients, get more money, get more stuff, right? So then, as I told you before, I literally grabbed the EasyGrow offer, the one you were running before, the
Yeah.
20 clients in 6 months or the money back on the 5K. Just keep in mind, I didn't have any experience getting clients. I only had one client at that time, and I didn't really have 5K at all. I was like, man, I know this is working, and I'm running out of time. Like that was like the last month. I had maybe like 2 months left with you guys, and I didn't have any money. I was like, I just have to make it work because what is the other option? I just go get a job
Yeah.
and I wanted to die, bro, thinking about that. I was like, that
Yeah.
shit's not happening. So I was like, okay, what do I actually need to do so I can guarantee the success that at least I'm going to be booking appointments? I was just not
Yeah.
talking about getting clients, but at least having the opportunity to talk to people so I can
Mm-hmm.
develop the sales skill. I was like, this offer. It is proven, it is validated, just make it work. So I put that offer with all the fear I had at that time because I was terrified.
Yeah,
Like
man.
I was absolutely terrified, but I knew I had to do that. I did it. I built the new BSL, which we still use up to this day.
Mm,
and and we actually start using that system, that BSL. We actually start booking some appointments.
yeah.
I think yeah, we got that 2.5% ABR
You.
with that offer and that BSL, and it actually holds up to this day. And
Wow.
it's been like a year and a half or something like
Yeah, wow, that's insane. It's like the fact that you had the offer rotate so many times, right? And it stems from a fact of like um what do you call it? It stems from a place of fear, like you said, we're
that.
staying comfortable, staying comfortable. As soon as you enter discomfort, isn't it funny how you figure it out? Isn't it funny
Yeah.
how the business starts moving forward? So fantastic stuff. At the same time, if anyone's in the program, please don't constantly change your offer to an offer that's not going to make a difference, like Alexis here. I'd,
Yeah.
I will tell you upfront if your offer's not working, and then if your offer change is needed, and if the change is viable. But no, jokes aside, fantastic stuff, Alexis, and I'm super happy for you in that regard. Um, let's stay on the topic of fear with the offer. Now, when you started working with the
Mhm.
clients, I'm assuming obviously the fear was still there,
My
but
God, brother.
it probably wasn't as bad as you thought when you started to get like results and whatnot. Like you can walk me through it, man.
Yeah, so again, I was terrified. I was like, I, I've only closed one client in my life using this system, this stuff. Probably booked like max like 10 appointments with what I
Yeah,
was
yeah.
doing. I was like, well, I kind of figured it out. I think I can help other people, which because this is more or less the same, right?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, how to create a decent offer, knowing that it just needs to be better than everything in the market. That was my idea at the beginning, right? So I just go to, I call it, just go to the safe place. Like if you're just the best, then you cannot fail. So that's actually the standard I hold my clients up to now. Like you just need to make the best
Yeah.
offer in the market and then just learn how to deliver it because that's literally how I did it. So again, I only knew the niche stuff, the offer stuff, and I had the DM sorcery system. And then I ran like 5 sales calls before, or 6 sales calls, something like that. But I was like, okay, this is probably enough, right? We can get this. We can. I was basically doing the work for them at that point. Like we were doing it together, but I still do this right now, actually. But I just get into there, and if I have to send like a 2 hour loom reviewing absolutely everything with my notes here about why things have to be this way and all the stuff. So they actually understand it and they actually listen to me. Because at the end of the day, I'm the expert, right? But I think I'm an expert right now. Not to
Yeah.
your point, but definitely
Yeah,
the
yeah,
how
yeah.
I was at the beginning.
Look at that. He's brave now. That's it.
so so yeah, and I was like, okay, this is the process I did. I'm gonna do it with these guys,
Fantastic.
and that actually worked. And my God, that feeling when I was like, when one of the clients told me, "Hey, we just booked the first appointment," I was like,
Oh,
it
that was
was
it.
amazing.
That
It
was
was
it.
like, yeah,
Now the man's raising prices, talking about when he's coming to Dubai to see me and whatnot. So yeah, that's what it does
so
to a
true,
man.
man.
Love it, Alexis. Cool, man. So that's the offer side of things. And of
Yeah,
course, what you said is absolutely true. It's like you need something people want, right? And people, it's a no-brainer. And that's what you have now. And then you destroyed that fear, which is never a nice feeling in all seriousness. When the client got the result,
yeah,
you're probably thinking, oh, great. Now I can sell more, which is great. Talk to me about the price thing, man. Because I know that we had the payment plans of like
yeah.
$300 like for a month for God knows how many months. Talk
Oh,
to the
so
people about how you changed that and how the price looks now, man.
so this is the thing with price. It was actually fear too,
Yeah,
right? And I'm still working with that, by the way. But it was that fear of raising prices is gonna make sales goals harder. People are not gonna buy.
yeah, yeah,
It's pretty common, right? But for myself, because I've never had any money. Like I used to think like 50 euros, 100 euros was like a literal treasure, and that could be like a whole month of food back in the day.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I didn't expect someone to say like, "Hey, 2K, this is like for what you are doing." Like that just didn't.
Mm.
I just didn't
Didn't
know
register.
that was possible, right?
Yeah.
So I was extremely surprised when I was selling this stuff at 1K. I was really, really happy because again, like I'm making like some money here. I thought 3K was a lot of money back in the day. But yeah, I got to a point where I was working basically I haven't stopped in the last 2 years. I just told you that I'm starting a break right now. I just haven't stopped voluntarily in the last 2 years. I've stopped, but burned out. Like I spent like 2 months just eating and sleeping because I couldn't do anything, right? But it was just to making this thing work.
Yeah.
So it got to a point where I was like, okay, I'm working. I don't know how many hours per week. I'm not even sleeping. I'm not even eating at this point, and I'm making like 2K per month. So I know price is you can leverage price really easily because it's literally saying a different number after the whole process, and they just need to say yes. So I spent this last Christmas, the last 2, 3 months, working on the product. Not because the product was not good enough. Again, I didn't have any issues in terms of product, and I still don't. Like I haven't had any
Good.
disputes, any refunds, any of that.
Good.
I don't know what it is up to this day, but it was more of the confidence in myself to actually ask
Mm.
for that 3K.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, because even when I was selling at 2K, I didn't really get much clients at 2K. I get like five or something like that. And I really struggled doing sales calls because I kind of like didn't have that confidence in myself because I just knew the product worked. Like the numbers are really easy. Like, okay, someone pays 1K, 2K, I'll just get them two clients. I'm literally promising 20.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I give you
100%,
money
bro.
back. So it's like the numbers are there and I had these clients getting results, getting appointments, all that stuff. So it's like it's not about that. It was about myself. It was that fear of what if I don't sell anything? Right?
Yeah.
So sometimes you just need to say fuck it, we ball and you just grow a big pair of those,
Yep.
and you get like, okay. Um, Again, this was backed up by the work I did before on the product. Like I was like, okay, this shit is actually really nice, and I was more confident about it. But I was still thinking like, okay, let's charge 2.5. I was like 2.5 and all that stuff. I was like, okay, fuck it. I went to 3K, and then I changed price positioning to like 3K if you pay now in the first two payments. And then if you do on the third one, on the fourth one, I just add another 20, 25% to that, right? So I did some sales calls. I closed a guy that paid the 3K in full. I was like, what just happened? I literally made my best month,
Yeah.
like last April. Like I had to, I think I did that month like 40, 45 sales calls to close 8 clients.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, I did like two or three. I just got 3K
And that.
and I only need
Yeah.
to handle a client right now. I was like, this is fucking nuts. And I got
Yeah.
more confident.
Now you don't need to do the 300 a month stuff.
Yeah. And I got a bit more confident. I was like, okay,
Yeah.
next week, I will like, let's do 4K just for fun. Let's see what happens. What's worst case scenario, right? You go, you do a full week of sales calls, no one buys, you get back to three. You know it sells, right?
Mm.
I did the 4K, 5K payment plan. I actually signed the guy on a 5K payment plan. I was like, nice. And I just kept going up until they told me there was a point, and you actually read this when I posted, like, I'm just looking for that point where people tell me it is expensive.
Oh yeah, I got the post here actually.
Like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I was like, what is this point, bro? So yeah, I went to 3 to 4 to 4 to 5 to 7.5. And
Yeah.
7.5 PIF, 9K payment plan. I actually signed my last client a 9K payment plan.
There we are. It's not
That's a
bad
lot of
emotions.
leverage, bro. And
we
that,
we
that,
we went from 1K payment plan all the way to 7.5 payment plan at 9K PIF. That's not bad, bro.
yeah, and that was like this month, this last month.
Yeah.
So I was like,
Cool.
the only thing I did was save, like the Sales Genesis module to
Yeah.
remember how to actually sell because I had forgotten that, and then just raise the price
Yeah.
until they say, "Hey, it's actually expensive," and they actually buy. even
Yeah,
if it is expensive. I just
that's the
leave it
thing.
there.
You just leave it there. Love it. Cool, man. Alexis, you've been with us for, like I said, you've been part of the ecosystem for 2 years. I know you had a bit of a break, then you came back to us, right? There's so many things in the program. You got the group support, you got the coaching calls, you got these crazy videos, you've got me to annoy you across the posts and whatnot, right? Um, what are some of the things that you love about the program, man? What are some of the things that stand out?
Hmm. I'll start with the content.
Mm-hmm.
The content is just extremely good. Charlie does an amazing job. Well, Charlie, sail away right now.
Yep, yep.
All the coaches and stuff. But what actually stood out for me was that, and I'm not gonna say it was the only thing that actually helped me get to this point, but man, really going into the weeds with this stuff,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
like that really actually helps. Like, and I'm that type of guy that the more I know about something, the better I can think about it, and the more I understand it, and I reason with it. So for me, it's just amazing. So I was
yeah,
like, okay, yeah, this video might be like 3 hours long, but I'm actually gonna come out of this knowing how to build a proper offer.
yeah. That's it.
And yeah, so that was kind of like the key thing. I actually love the content. Like I'm actually gonna rewatch the fundamentals now in these 2 weeks. I'm gonna take that break. That's because I love them.
Yeah,
So and then also the support. I didn't really value the support much at the beginning. Again, I didn't really know anything about business and all that stuff. But now I really see how valuable it is. Just to have someone telling you, hey, this is right or this is wrong, and you need to do this to actually make it work. That's really the key. And if you actually listen, which is something I didn't do for like 6 to 8 months, probably, you will actually get results. And I think it was, I don't remember the name of this guy, but one of the OGs in the community said, actually listen to Charlie and you'll win. I
yeah,
was like, yeah.
yeah,
And then when I started to listen to Charlie, I started to win. And then my mindset was like, well, the more I listen to Charlie, the more I win. Absolutely
yeah.
right.
That's it.
So yeah, that was it. The
One,
content, the support, the community is great. Like I
100%.
remember the first time I got in. Um, Again, it's kind of like really, really painful to put a lot of work for like 6, 8 months to barely get any results.
Mm-hmm.
And just seeing the wins, like going through the win
Yeah,
stuff,
yeah.
like, hey, this guy make it happen. Like we are what?
Exactly,
Like
man.
it might be the next TM. It might be the
Yeah,
next Salesforce. It might be the next software. I don't know. I would just
yeah,
clinging to anything to just keep
yeah.
going
Good.
at
And
that point.
now, as I said to you, you're a fantastic role model for people watching this that aren't part of the community, but even part of the community that are probably in the same position as you. Alexis has now become what he was once seeing because he's busy posting wins. We see more wins than questions from him nowadays, which I'm happy with, of course. But no, amazing stuff, Alexis. I actually wanted to touch on the theory stuff because you've constantly referenced that you've rewatched Acquisition Genesis, right?
Yeah,
How important is that module to your success, understanding the theory and fundamentals? Because one thing that a lot of people seek, they want the magic script, they want the
yeah,
magic tool, they want the magic cold call thing, all these things. But Acquisition Genesis, it doesn't show you that. It shows you how to think. So talk to me about your
yes.
experience with the module, man, and how important that has been to your success.
Okay, so as I mentioned at the beginning it was just pure pain. Like I didn't understand anything, anything. Like I was like, what is this? Why do I need to learn this? How is it gonna help me? All that stuff, right? Again, I came in. Actually, Jack told me because I wanted to get like to 20K per month back in the day, right? And Jack told me, man, you can be making like 20K in 2 months. I was like, fuck this guy. He needs that fire in
Yep,
you. And you're like,
he's
yeah,
right.
I was like, yeah, I'm like 2 months in, and I'm still watching Acquisition Genesis. Like, what's going on with that? And it was painful. It was really painful because again, it was like learning a new language that you didn't really
Yeah,
understand it and trying to put something together from that and trying to see how that is actually going to help you get clients. I was like, what are you talking about,
yeah,
mate? Why do I need to
yeah.
watch like 30, 40 hours of this stuff?
Yeah,
Right? I want to get clients. I
Yep.
wanna be booking
Love it.
appointments, so it says all the stuff, right? So that was at the beginning. But then I realized that I started to think different, and I was starting to make better business decisions. And not just business, like also the personal stuff. Um, and it got to a point, I'm not gonna say it clicked, but the more I watched that stuff, the more I carried that with me, and the more results I kind of got to. So it just got to a point, I think it was probably the fourth time, the time when I put the actual offer we run now, that
Yep.
I said, okay, let's sit down with this for like however long it takes. Actually, that's how I think right now. However long it takes, and just make sure you do it to the best of your ability. Like study, like I started pen and paper, got probably like something like this in terms of like sheets of paper of just taking notes and actually studying it. And I think that groundwork is what actually has carried with me in from that point, because I know that the way I think right now about business, about myself, about client acquisition is completely different to what I used to think about it before. And I actually understand now what is business, what is client acquisition, what's the important mindset. And if you don't actually you don't even need the systems, you don't even need the outreach, the strategies, the call email, the sales. You don't need anything of that. You really understand the fundamentals, you can just win. And this is actually something I use with my clients and on sales calls sometimes. I tell them, look, the fundamentals are really, really important, right? That's why we actually place a lot of focus on that. And you actually need to work a lot to get them right. And I
Mhm.
actually tell them that. I'm like, do you see my offer, right? Like, you're here because you know I can
Yep.
help you get clients and all that stuff. So I can do the next thing. I can write this offer in a piece of paper and just go outside, put it like on a bus stop or someplace like that. And I know that if an agency owner, a coach, a consultant just go by, sees the offer, and it's my number, then he's gonna call me. And
That's
they're
it.
like, you don't actually need client acquisition system. Of course, they actually help. But it's about understanding what do you need to give to the person you're buying. Sorry, what you need to give to the people you actually want to help, and knowing
Yep.
who is that person.
Yep. That's
And
it.
once you know that, everything just flows easily. Like right now, I get objections, things like that my setters sometimes handle to me. I'm like, just say this, and I don't even think about it. Like, what am I going to? I'm just say this, like whatever comes out
Yeah.
of mama, and they just
Yep.
work, and they end up booking all the stuff. Like again, it's about that. It's because do you know how to think? Do you know the framework? Do you know what you need to tell them? Do you actually understand where that is coming from? Because there is always a reason, and you can tackle that reason, and they just move them to the next step in terms of
Yep.
like the acquisition system.
Yep.
And
Love it.
it's everything to me, man. Like
Yep.
right now, I don't even look for like email systems. I don't look for anything right now. Like
Yep.
if I could only do something, I would just constantly watching those fundamentals.
Yep. I
I,
love it.
I'm taking this break right now, so I can actually watch the fundamentals because I haven't watched them in like 3 or 4 months.
Yeah. Love it. Amazing, man. It's like the theory and fundamentals, the foundations, they build everything else. And then, like you said, where it's like, oh, what are you talking about in this video? I just want cold calling. That's how everyone is, right? But then after they complete it, they're like, oh, the
Yeah,
scripts make so much sense now. This strategy makes sense. We've had clients skip this, and they don't know what they're doing as a script. And it's like, oh, because you didn't watch the first bit. It all links, you know? So
yeah.
fantastic stuff, man. Um, Fun question for you here, man.
Mhm.
How does version one of you look like compared to the version I'm speaking to right now in terms of limiting beliefs? What identity shift did you have to make in order to succeed? And I know you've probably had a lot. So what would you say the biggest ones
Yeah.
were, man?
The biggest ones. Oh man, that's an amazing question actually. Let me think about that for a second. Um, I think that the main ones that Charlie talks about, like, you just need to take responsibility for your shit. Like,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
it is all your fault.
That's
And
it.
as soon as you start owning everything, you start failing.
Yep.
You just start having control about that. You start putting excuses, all that stuff. It is all your fault, basically. So, and that's a great thing. Like, yeah, I might have fucked it up to this point, but that doesn't mean that actually this is another one. Like my past doesn't dictate my future, which to me
Mm.
that is a huge one because again, like I was so used to live the same cycle over and over again. Like there's never money, all the stuff, right, with my parents and everything, and I just thought like uh, I wasn't able to change. So that goes on that line too. Like I was actually really solidified in that sense. Like I didn't think I could change. I didn't think people could change. I just thought like things were always the same, all that stuff. And that was the key one for me. Like that took me like a good year and a half to actually get to that.
Love it. Amazing.
So yeah, it's actually those three. Like for me, it was I've watched the Self Transcendence 2.0 too when it came out,
Mhm.
and I'm really happy Charlie actually did this. And if people just listen, it will help them massively to just because Charlie says, hey, when you are doing the belief auditing, go for these three first, right? Because in the old one, you basically were like, okay, I need to audit beliefs, but which ones? Or what? Or you go to what you see in front of you instead of going like to the root cause. So he said, check your beliefs about beliefs. Like, are you able to change? Are you able to, like, what do you think about beliefs? All that stuff, right? The other one is money and business. Like, we're here to make money to run a business. So we need to get that in check too. And the third one, and this was the most important to me, was the value belief about myself, the worth.
Yeah.
Because that for me, I didn't see it clearly before, but now I actually see it. And it's like the last 15, 20 years of my life has been my parents telling me, you are not enough. Even though I was considered like to society standard, like excellent in terms of like um grades and all the stuff. Like I actually remember this, and this actually happened. Like I got one day to my house after school and got an exam grade. So here in Spain, you go by numbers. You go from 0 to 10. I
Yeah,
got a
yeah,
14 on
yeah.
exam, and that was literally the level of excellence that was demand for me in that sense. And I've also got the other part that was I don't really finish the exam. I maybe do like two exercise, but I still got like a 10 because they just knew I knew. And it's just I didn't have time to finish it. So I've always operated kind of like at that point of level. But even if I got sometimes like 9.5, something like that, it was just not enough.
Yeah, yeah.
And like I didn't get any love from my parents unless I was beyond excellent.
Mm.
So, and that has created a really big fear for me. She's like, I'm just not good enough, no matter what I do. So I'm always trying to go and
Yeah.
go and go and go and everything. And the other one is safety for me. Like right now, I'm trying to achieve safety. Again, I've never had anything, and I made 15K last month. I actually feel that I'm not gonna have a play to it tomorrow, and it's
Yeah.
a disgusting feeling, man. I'm telling you this, and I've got something here that is terrible. Um, I don't think I'm gonna work on that yet. On that one because I think it
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
helps you to make more
It's
money,
a good
but
for
it's
yeah, yeah.
it's
It's a double-edged
terrible,
sword.
man.
Yeah, yeah. Well, look, I'm here to tell you one or two things. You are enough, and you are achieving a lot, man. So you are doing fantastic. And secondly, you will have a plate to eat tomorrow. But at the same time, I totally get what you mean, man. It's because you're a high performer, Alexis. You've been conditioned to just go more, high, high.
Yeah,
And it's a double-edged sword because everyone I interview, they're always moving, which is good. They're always chasing. Enough never is. But then on the
yeah.
flip side, you want to sit down and you want to appreciate what you've done and how far you've come. And I'm glad that, this interview is a way of actually reflecting on that, which is fantastic. But no, absolutely love that, man. I'm going to ask you one question, one personal question. Actually, before I ask that, what's your next goal, man?
So next goal is getting into the mastermind. Actually,
Yep,
I've got
I
the
remember.
100K per month, but the mastermind is like in the middle for that. So that's the idea. Getting into the mastermind. Ideally, I would love to go to the Miami one in September.
Mm.
I'll do my best to make it happen. We got some time, but I'm not gonna get obsessed about timelines, time frames, all the
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, that's it.
Because actually, Charlie talks a lot about that. Just do everything you can every day, and eventually you will make it happen. It can be sooner, it can be later. Um, but I've got something that I've learned in these last 2 years, and is that it is not worth sacrificing your health to just go
No.
faster. And this is a really big lesson for me. And I still struggle to this day with that one. But man, I've been in really bad places. Like again, just without going further, like last year, I had to stop like for 2 months because I couldn't work. Like I was so burnt out of taking sales calls that I remember sleeping for like 15 hours a night, got up to just do the sales call. Like I didn't do anything, was straight to the PC, and then couldn't do the call. You sabotage it, you throw it out. Like it was 5 minutes into it, and my brain was just not working. I was like, I
Mm,
can't do this. And
no,
actually
yeah, that's it.
end calls, get out of it. And I was sleeping all day, man. All
Yeah,
day. And I just couldn't do anything. I had to stop. Because
yeah,
it was getting really bad. It got to a point where I didn't even know what I was actually doing. I was like,
yeah, yeah.
what's happening? What day is today? All that stuff. Like,
It
it got
got
really bad.
ridiculous. Yeah,
Yeah. And I've been there a couple of times. And
yeah,
it's just not worth it because business is about consistency. It's about the long-term game. And I get it. Back in the day, I didn't have time at all. So it was just getting money to buy some time so you can go another month and you just had to do everything possible to make it happen.
it's different now.
Yeah. And that's actually a limiting belief I have right now that is fucking me
Mm.
up a bit. That I still think that more is better. When it's actually
Now,
not the case for me
yeah,
right
yeah.
now.
Trust me, it's like sometimes you gotta rest in order to go further. It's a marathon, not a
Yeah.
sprint. And the guys that do sprints, they fall apart.
Yeah.
We've seen it. We've seen it firsthand. So I can tell you for a fact. Yeah, enjoy your day off, man, and not enjoy the next couple of days off. It's been a long 2 years. So just cool off, systemize, and just plan for the sprint ahead. So next goal, guys, if you're watching this, hopefully Alexis will have some time for a part two down the line. He's going to get busy. Next goal is Miami. That would be good to have you there. And then obviously 100K a month is a bigger goal, and I've got no doubt you'll
Yeah.
achieve that. Fantastic stuff. Alexis, I'm going to finish with a personal question for you. Okay.
Mhm.
25 months ago, you would have jumped on the sales call with Jack. Jack would have asked you the infamous sales question that everyone asks nowadays, right? How would you feel if you hit XYZ per month? How would your life change, etc., etc.? Now, I'm sure you told Jack some answers about, yeah, life would be good, blah, 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 this, blah, blah, blah. 25 months later, now that you're in a good spot, I'm bringing that question up again, man, because I want to ask you, how does it feel now that you went from zero, stressed out, working crazy hours, not knowing where to go and whatnot? Not, like you said, not having money, not direction, anything like that. Fast forward to today, making 15K a month. You've only just recently bumped up your pricing to a great point. How does it feel and how's life changed, man? Talk to me.
It has really changed a lot. It's not really about the external, actually, it's more about myself.
Mm,
I'm a completely different person. And you can actually ask it actually. We're talking about this like a month ago, something like that. And we're talking about the first time we jump on the sales call.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I remember when I asked for the price, right? Like he told me. And it was can I say the price? Yeah. What?
Mm.
So
Oh,
it
yeah, yeah.
was yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that's
So it
fine, man.
was 9.6K
Back then, yeah.
at that time. Man, I've never heard that number before. I, I I
Yeah,
didn't even think that was even possible. Like
yeah.
I literally break it down on the call. Like I started laughing all that stuff because I just didn't believe that. Like, right, this is a joke, right? And I was like, no, no, it's like 9.6K. I was like, the fuck, man. The most ever had was like $100. So how am I gonna supposed to do this, right? And well, actually make it happen. So if you actually want, you can, which is really interesting. But yeah, that's basically how I've changed. Like right now, I see like 10K. It's like well, that's a fucking bad
Yeah,
month,
it's the
bro. Like, we don't
perception.
want that. like,
Yeah, yeah, that's it.
like, what's going on? Why are we not making 30, 50, 100, 200? What's going on now? Right? So, especially that perception about money and how business works, but especially myself, my way of thinking, all the skills, all the traits, everything I had to develop from that point to now, um, that's worth everything. Because right
Yeah,
now, I'm not gonna say I've know everything and I've got everything figured out, but I know I can achieve a lot of things. And it's
absolutely.
just about time and work, and I can work
Yeah,
for. I don't know, man. I can go deep if I need to. I'm not
yeah,
gonna say I want to right now, but I can
yeah,
actually go there, and that's thanks to that upbringing, to that situation I had. So it's kind of like
yeah,
advantage, and that's it, man. Like
yeah.
Jack told me 20K per month. That's kind of like what I wanted to do. He
That's
actually
great.
got that number out of me, that motherfucker.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
I
yeah,
think I wanted to make like 2 or 5 or something like that. He goes, come on, man, you can do better. I was like, wow, yeah, 20. So
yeah. Because
we-
we hiding behind comfort.
it was exactly that. And right now I'm basically there. Like
Yeah,
if you put last
basically,
month
yeah,
and this week or 2 weeks together, I'm there. Like
yeah.
last year, this is actually a fun fact. I made around 20K in whole 2025. I've
Mm,
made that in the first 2.5 months of this year
yeah.
already.
There we are. Absolutely amazing, man. Amazing. Yeah, it's so good to see your growth again on a personal level as well, because I've seen you in the community. I've worked with you for like 2 years now. It's so funny to everyone watching this. Obviously, Alexis has been with us for 25 months, but he's only getting started now, because now we've arrived at the point where it's like, right, systems are going. We know what needs to be done. But no, absolutely amazing work, Alexis. Cool, man. As we wrap up this interview, okay, there's
Mhm,
going to be two groups of people that watch this. The
mhm,
first of which are current clients, the second of which are people that have yet to purchase the program, okay? Let's start with the first group, the people that are current clients. Based off of you being with us for as long as you've been with us, right? What would you say to would be your best pieces of advice for them to succeed with the program?
great question. Uh, I would say the main one is just listen to Charlie.
Yeah.
Like actually make sure you do everything he tells you to do. Not like blindly, of course, like has to be some level of thinking in that sense, but just listen to them. Like if he's telling you you need to create the best offer in the market, it's for some reason, guys.
Mm-hmm.
And if you actually do that, which by the way, I've done the whole the whole journey there, like from just wanting to do what I wanted to do and slightly change it down to actually say, fuck it, let's actually put the best offer in the market. You will get the best results. It's
Mm,
just that easy. And it's the same with the rest of the program. Just
yeah.
pay attention closely,
Yeah.
listen, and implement that. And to the guys that are already in the process and they are struggling a little bit, just keep going, man.
Yep.
Just keep going. Take a 2 week break if you actually need it. Just sleep, rest, eat. I don't know, do whatever you want to do, recharge, and just keep going, man. You'll eventually figure it out as long as you keep going.
Yep.
And I can tell you the best place to actually be to make it happen is EasyGrow.
Yep. Love
So
it,
you
man.
just need to listen and you just need to keep working. I'm not gonna say forever because you will you will make it happen eventually. But to me, it took me like 25 months to get there.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Love it, man. Alexis, then the second group to people that didn't purchase it yet, maybe they want to
Hmm.
think about it. Maybe they had bad experiences with other programs. Kind of like I know
Hmm.
you mentioned you had bad experiences and whatnot with
Yeah.
other programs. Why don't you talk to those people? What would you say to them in terms of if they
Yeah.
had any thoughts and hesitations about joining, bro?
Yeah. So basically, this is something that Charlie actually says in one of I think it's the sales module. There's nothing to think about. I will completely change your life. It is true, guys.
Yep.
Like I've got nothing else to say. It has completely changed my life. Um, I'm truly grateful for
Yeah.
you guys. Like you remember now, like in every single post, I'm like, thank you guys because it is true. Like I
Yeah.
wouldn't be here without them.
Yeah.
Like I will, I don't know. Maybe I would be like in a
Yeah.
9 to 5 again. I don't know. I don't want it to be that.
Yeah.
So yeah, the journey. the journey is hard. You actually have to work, but that's on your own benefit.
Yeah,
And the beginning is the hardest part of all.
yeah,
But
absolutely.
once you get out of that, man, like I'm telling you right now, 100K, like if it is nothing, that's the goal.
Yeah,
Like I have to be there
yeah,
already.
that's it.
That's it,
No
guys.
brainer. Yeah. Well, look, Alexis, to people watching this, Alexis changed his own life. We were happy to just show him how he could change his life. And he's the man who put in the action, just like all of our wonderful clients that we have here. So, really appreciate you sharing that, Alexis. To people watching this right now, Alexis is getting his brand going. So, when this interview's up, I'll probably update it later because he's just launching his YouTube and stuff like that and put in the description. So, keep up to date with him and see what is going on. But yeah, I think we can wrap it up there, guys. So I hope you found this one valuable. I'm now going to do my famous outro, which is going to cause people to click off the video. And the outro is as follows. If you're someone that has stumbled across this crazy internet marketing world of ours, right? And you've seen these crazy Instagram posts and advertisements of guys with polos with fancy colors and sitting on the beach with their laptop out, and they open their laptop and suddenly it's a Stripe screenshot of 30,000 pounds, and they close their laptops and they sip their pina colada and they'll tell you, yeah, you could do this in 1 week and blah blah blah. And you think our program is anything like that? I'm here to tell you, sadly, it's not, okay? We can't help you go rich overnight. It's not a magic pill, it's not a get rich quick scheme. And if you do find a magic pill that you can take and it makes you rich overnight, send it to me. Like I say at the end of every interview, I'm very selfish with these interviews. I always tell people if you find a get rich quick solution where you can eat a pill and boom, you're a millionaire, send it to me. My Instagram is Normia with an extra H. My email is nor@theimperiumagency.com. Send it to me, guys. Now, in all seriousness, on the other side, okay, if you are willing to put in the work, follow a proven framework and a proven process to either start or scale your own existing business with the group support, the coaching calls, the videos, hours of content, and you're actually willing to put in the work, just like Alexis did here, then absolutely book a call with us to see what we have as we can probably help. Okay. If you're still, hesitant about booking a call, this is the 121st interview that we've done, not including the part twos. Feel free to watch all the other interviews we have, to check out other case studies and clients that we've got and all that good stuff, to, push yourself to book the call if needed. And that goes the same as for people who've already had the call, but you need to think about it. I hope these interviews help you make a decision. So yeah, if you're on the fence, feel free to book a call, see what we've got on offer. And if you're someone that just wants to get rich overnight and you think this is it, please don't join the program. You'll make my life very hard by trying to fulfill for you. But no, if you're willing to put in the work and you're willing to listen to us and just get it done, book a call with us and we'll see if we can help. But yeah, hope you guys found this interview valuable. I'm going to mark this as a part one because I know for a fact Alexis is going to be flying in the coming months because now he's got all the assets available to him. So hopefully he's not too busy for us to give us a part two. So keep an eye out for part two and we'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys. Bye.